Hi, this is Barbara Boone from the Ohio Statewide Family Engagement Center at The Ohio State University. And this is just a short recording for our state support team directors, but also for our state support team leads who are leading family engagement. It has been about half of the fiscal year for the Statewide Family Engagement Center grant. And it's about time for us to have a mid-year report from your state support team about how you are making progress on your plan that you created at the beginning of the year. We called that the Advancing Family Engagement Plan. And as you recall, there were kind of two sections of that. One section was to sort of tell us about how you were going to utilize your funding to support the districts and schools in your region that were participating in the training with the National Network of Partnership Schools. But then most of you also then had a second part of that plan where you wanted to utilize some of the grant funding to support family engagement in other ways. And we have been super excited to see some of you creating communities of practice. Some of you are leading book studies. Others of you have created videos and YouTube channels and other things. And we're just thrilled to see that. And we want to be able to tell people about that. We want to be able to report about that to our funder as well. So what I'm going to share with you now is just a very brief form we've created to that you can provide to us that will give us that mid-year project update. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see what I'm talking about. All right, I hope you can see my screen now. So this is an Excel file. And we're going to email this to you along with the recording, and we'll also put it on your page, the SST regional support page for the National Network of Partnership Schools that we have on our website. So you'll see here just on the first tab under the directions, you'll see that this is a progress report for your Advancing Family Engagement Regional Plan. So that's that plan that you wrote at the beginning of the year. And this is a mid-year report on that. So this is a form for reporting your progress really in that priority area 2. So we're really not asking you to report on funding in this report. We just really want to know about what you've been doing and what impacts you've seen. So if you have questions, we have Meredith Wellman's email here, and we're asking you to please send us this mid-year progress report by April 15th. And then we'll do a year end in October 15th. As you recall, this is a federal on the federal cycle. And so the end of this grant year for these grant funds are September 30 of 2021. So here's some simple directions. And then if you look at the next page and the next tab here, you'll see this. All right, here's how it looks. Let me get this squared up on the page for you. Okay, I'm going to drop that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so here you'll see that's the mid-year report. You can check that there. And if you in this box would let us know your region number so we know whose plan this is. Appreciate that. And then here, what we'd like you to do is just that brief description of the activity that you are doing. And that is written already in your Advancing Family Engagement Plan. So if you want to cut and paste that from the plan here, you can do that. And we've provided multiple lines because in different regions, you had a different number of these different strategies or activities that you were implementing this year. And then you also, in that plan, there is a space where you wrote about what the impact you intended to have. So you were intending to increase somebody's capacity or understanding, or you were impacting. They were all very different, I guess I should say. So this is where you can really cut and paste that from that plan. And then here is where we give you space to tell us what actually happened. What impacts have you measured? So you receive the grant funding, you're using it to say, implement a community of practice. And so you were maybe intending to reach this many people, and they will do these sorts of things, and they will report back to you that they have increased in their confidence or their knowledge about family engagement or other things. I know you've tailored that measurement to your activity. So here's where we actually tell us about that. So how many meetings did you have? How many things did you make? How many, this is where you kind of get to quantify that for us a little bit. And then in the next section here, if you have a measure of the number of people You can put the total here, but some of you are doing outreach directly to families. And so I know we say parents here, but we really mean parents, adult caregivers of kids. So you can indicate that here. If you have been also providing outreach or directly to school leaders or staff here, community partners, students, or others. If you have others and they don't seem to fit into those categories, you can do that here. And then some of you have created things. And you've created videos, you've created a web page, you've created tools. We would love to be able to show people those, to see those and point to those. So there's a space here for you to indicate that, and then you can also describe that here. So that's the whole report. So we hope that this is simple for you and straightforward to complete and won't take a lot of time. Some things you're just going to pull directly from your plan, and then you're going to tell us about the progress that you've been making. If your plan has changed, lots of plans have changed this year. If your plan changed in some way, please send us an updated plan. And then you can also sort of just let us know what you can send us the updated plan, and you can also then report on that updated plan here. But we do want to have an sort of an accurate plan of what your state support team is doing, what your region is doing in your advancing family engagement plan, and just a measure of your progress to date. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I really hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always, of course, reach out to me, but also to Meredith Wellman. Thanks so much.